Alrighty, so you got your fox all skinned and pretty well fleshed and scraped and everything, you know. It's got a little bit more to do, but it's got most of the big chunks off, most of the meat off, most of the fat off. You got your tail split all the way down. You got to split it all the way down. And then once you get it to that point, I like to have some salt out there on the ground because it helps to draw the moisture from both sides. But you throw it out there, hide side down, stretch it out. I don't like to pin it to a board or stretch it or anything like that when I salt it, just because it kind of tends to get stuff pretty thin. And I have found that if you have just some salt on the ground and then you throw your hide on it and you just go like this, and you just take your hands, you just work it outwards like that. All the way around it. Now, usually a gray fox like this is going to take about 3 of these cans of salt. You want to use the non-iodized salt, so the Kroger free-flowing salt, or whatever. They're like 69 cents a jar. They're not much. So the first thing I do is get a lot of this packed right in here in the tail, where you've got your tail split. That way you can keep a nice tan leathered tail. Especially on these gray fox, because these gray fox have such a nice big pretty poofy tail. It's just a shame to not leave these these tails on these hides. And so then what I like to do is just go around the outside of the hide and you just kind of pull on it, and you dump your salt as you pull on it. You just go all the way around it. You just completely cover it. And I mean, you know, I know some people say, oh, you can't salt a hide, and some people say you're supposed to salt a hide. I'm not saying there's any right or wrong way to do it. I'm just saying this is how I do it, and this is how it works for me. So, if other people do it other ways and it works for them, that's cool too. This is just how it works for me. Alright, and then once you get it all completely covered, all the way around the outside edge, we got one more jar of this stuff. Alright, so there we go. Now the fox hide's all nice and scraped and salted, and we're going to let this sit here for a few days. And then after it sits there for a few days and it gets all nice and dried out and everything, we'll add it to the stack of furs right here, which then at the end of this trapping season, we'll be able to tan all these. We're going to be doing a brain tan all these. And we'll be doing that on part 2. So check us out for that one.